What's up? What's up, guys? Good afternoon, everybody, man. What's up? Welcome into another episode of Jamming with Jay Money, man. It's me and Junior today. I hope y'all ready to get some cash today, man. We got some damn good content for you guys. Injury news, all that updates, NBA updates. Hey, let's get to it, man. What's up, Junior? How you going? How you doing?
Good, man. Good. I wasn't on the show yesterday. Checked you guys out. Good job as always. Had a good day yesterday. Just two plays. I had the Grizzlies plus 7.5 in the first half, and I had the under 216. Got lucky in that Mavs game. Doncic missed a couple of key free throws. They couldn't score at all at the end of that game, but just ready to get that money today, man. It's a big card. A lot of games to go through, so let's do it.
Right, yeah, I'm with you on that one. Yeah, it was tough for that up and under. It was tough to give it out to people at that 213.5. Obviously, after they had moved, the game closed at 212.5. I mean, it opened at 216. If you could have got the night before, it was still 215.5 that morning. That's why I was telling you guys that was tough to give out. You know what I'm saying, at the 213.5. But even it shouldn't even ended at 215. That game was soaring over the total. Obviously, in the first half, where they scored 58 points in the first quarter and 63 in the second quarter. It's tough to still catching under, you know what I'm saying, with that. But hey, a terrible fourth quarter will do that sometimes. Only 44 points scored, man. So that was nice there. It was a damn good comeback win versus the Mavs. I was telling a lot of people, look, the Mavs are going to come out, you know what I'm saying, this game. They're going to try to win this game. We know that the Nuggets are deep. It was a back-to-back. The Mavs have showed that they're pretty deep as well. I was watching that game. They were tiff and tad all day with the Nuggets and ended up pulling out the win. That was a real nice win for the Mavericks there. Like I say, a lot of people still sleeping on them with Porzingis over there. I think a lot of people didn't forgot about him, and he's looked damn good over there. Another game of the Hawks and the Heat game. That was an interesting one to watch as well. Trae Young went down in the second quarter. I mean, the Heat second half was an easy play, just -3. They just barely covered it, but it seems like the Heat second half and the second half under was, you know what I'm saying, was easy there, man. So if you guys could have hopped on that, once you saw Trae Young going out, you know that it was going to be a total different game. He's not going to play. They have a home and home. You know what I'm saying? The Heat are going to go over there to Atlanta tomorrow. Trae Young's not going to play in that game, but I can't say is a lot less worse than it looked. It looked like he was going to be out for a couple of weeks there, and he's just day to day. So I see you guys in the chat, man. I see y'all. What's up, y'all? Everybody in here mentioning us, Junior. We got Eddie in here. We got Reese in here. Recape. Did I say it right this time? I saw what you said yesterday, man. The W is silent. What's up, D Mags? We got everybody in here with us, man. We appreciate all you guys tuning in. Leonard Welch. We got Anthony Velez in here. Appreciate all you guys, man. You have any insight on that the Lakers game? Did you watch that Lakers game last night, Junior? Lakers versus Memphis.
I watched the first half because I had the plus 7.5. Thank God Memphis got out to that really quick start, or else, you know what I mean, I would have had no chance. They got out to a really hot start. They had a lot of trouble scoring, but that's not surprising. But I mean, the Lakers had like 20 something free throws in the third quarter. That was ridiculous. That second half of that game. Anthony Davis obviously was really impressive, but the amount of free throws that was shot in that game made that game to me like kind of unwatchable. I mean, I'm not a Lakers fan, so you know what I mean. Like, I just feel like there was just way too many free throws in that game. Obviously, fouls are fouls, but I hated the second half of that game.
Yeah, 24 free throws shot by the Lakers in that third quarter. AD at the end of the third quarter had 40 points and 20 rebounds. We knew that he could do this. He just has to stay healthy over there. You see why LeBron, you know what I'm saying, handed him the throne. You see LeBron, hey, losing his hair all over the place. You know what I'm saying? He got gray hairs all on his beard. Hey, you got to pass that torch to AD now, baby. He's still young. You know what I'm saying? LeBron, he up there in age. So
Yeah.
it doesn't surprise me at all to see AD dominate like that. And like you say, the Grizzlies came out hot once again, and then in the second half they just got absolutely railroaded. You know what I'm saying? Didn't surprise me whatsoever to, you know what I'm saying, to see the Lakers blow them out like that. They did hold the Grizzlies only to 91 points, so that was very interesting to see. It was mainly because of that second quarter, and they only held them to 15 points. And like you say, the Grizzlies still did cover that first half. We talked about that one on the show. I wanted to hop on it. I knew that the Lakers had it in them to absolutely blow them out. Wasn't sure if it was going to happen early or late. That's why I stayed off of it. The Lakers full game minus the 12. That ended up cashing. I saw a lot of people as soon as Rondo was ruled out and it went down to 11.5. A lot of people hopped on the Grizz there. You know what I'm saying? I saw a bunch of people starting to hop on the Grizz late there plus 11.5. And I'm sure early in the game they was thinking that was the play, but hey, late it just didn't matter, man. So yeah, it was just 3 games yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Not much for us to recap. Like I say, the AD, I think that was the main thing. The Trae Young injury and AD going off yesterday in 3 quarters. That was pretty nice there. You know what I'm saying? So hey, that was it yesterday, man. We welcome in some guys from the chat. We got Eugene Davis in here now, man. What's up, Eugene? Mo money? Yeah, I'm about that. He said he cast Dallas Mavs money line. I like that. I like that, man. That was a damn good play there. So let's go ahead and get to some of these games today, man. We got a full slate. You know what I'm saying? It's just me and Junior, but hey, we get to get more games in today. You know what I'm saying? This first one I want to talk about, hadn't made a play on it yet, but it is an interesting game. You got the Bulls over here visiting the Cavs. The Cavs have looked very scrappy. So far they have looked pretty scrappy. The Bulls as well. This is the Bulls problem. They always come out for the first half hot, then 3 quarters they'll be totally hot. Then the fourth quarter, you know what I'm saying, they just absolutely fall apart. It'll be interesting to see in this game if the Bulls can't go ahead and get off the schneid. We know they do have Wendell Carter Jr. that is questionable tonight. It seemed like he was playing and then now it's questionable. So that's usually not a good sign when you go from probable to questionable. I would lean towards him maybe being out. I like the Bulls in this spot. I can't say I didn't get to it yet because I need to see what's going on with Wendell Carter Jr. If not, they'll probably bring in Thaddeus Young to be the starting center. We know that the Cavs aren't super big over there, so I don't think that it'll be too bad if Wendell Carter Jr. didn't go, but obviously they still need him. I'm thinking that the Bulls can pull this one out. I didn't come to a play yet. Any thoughts on this game, Junior?
You already know me. I don't like the Chicago Bulls head coach. I don't really like anything about this team. I do know that they got a lot of potential, but that's a dangerous word, right? Like, how long could you have potential? You got to prove it at some point. I will say though that if Chicago's season is going to get better, they need Lauri Markkanen to play much better. He's capable of much more than what he's shown. I feel like this is the type of game for him. Like, this is a good spot for him to get going on the season. If they could get him rolling, then they could start fulfilling that potential like they were talking about preseason, about challenging for a playoff spot. But right now, until then, they need to get him rolling, and they need to start figuring out how to close out these games. Like, they threw away that game against the Knicks. They're going to have to do better before I could back them in any way. I have no play on this game.
Right, and that Knicks spot, I have to give the credit more to the Knicks from coming back is not as much as the Bulls, because like I say, the Bulls played a damn good game all through 3 quarters. They were playing really good defense. They were up into the Knicks there, and like I say, in that first half, I was like, damn, they finna go away with this game. But the Knicks were scrappy. They just kept clawing away. They really wanted their game. I thought that the Knicks would come out
Yep.
started faster than that, but they didn't. But they kept chipping away. They wanted to win that game. They knew, you know what I'm saying, they couldn't lose that one. Had to get the first win of the season at the house. So I give more credit to the Knicks there more than, you know what I'm saying, the Bulls just folding in that one. Like I say, they was in the away team's arena. You know what I'm saying? They was in the Knicks arena. So we knew that was going to be a tough one. Tonight, I just don't see who stops Zach LaVine out there. We know that that's the best player on the Bulls. Wherever he goes, that's where the Bulls go. I don't really like playing props, but I might have to hop on some LaVine props tonight, man. He didn't have too good of a game last game. This one, I can see him going off for 30. I don't see anyone stopping him. I mean, you got the guards. You got Darius Garland, Colin Sexton, and Cedi Osman over there for the Cavs. I don't see neither one of them stopping them. And Thomas Satoransky, he's looking like a upgraded point guard over there. I think if they could come with that same energy they did in New York, they should be able to get this game. The Cavs are not the type of team that's going to come back in the fourth quarter. So if the Bulls can come out first half and even show, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of energy that they did in New York, I think they'll be able to get this one, because I'm not a fan of this Cavs team whatsoever. I still think they're too small. They're too young. The coach has them buying in over there, playing good. But I mean, they played good versus the Bucks there for 3 quarters. But I just think in this particular spot, the Bulls will be more hungry of a team. They're better, you know what I'm saying, a young team. I like their wings a lot more. And like you say, Lauri Markkanen, he's the starting power forward out there. He's gonna have to step up, especially tonight. And if Carter's in there or Thaddeus Young, they got to step up tonight. They got to bring that same level of energy. I'm leaning to the Bulls here, man. I might have to get on this one. I definitely like them. And like I say, getting the Cavs, fading the Cavs right here, just at -2 points. Not a fan of the Bulls on the road, but I can say I think this is one spot where they should be able to get over the hump and beat this Cavs team. So those are just my thoughts on that game. I have a heavy lean to the Bulls there. I hadn't got there yet though. One more. This next game I want to go to is this Magic game, man. Magic. Hey, who's we just talking about? We're talking about the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? I don't think this is a good spot for the Knicks. They down to 1 point guard. You know what I'm saying? Dennis Smith Jr. is out. I think this is a bad spot for him, man. You got Frank out there. You know what I'm saying? He's been over there the past 3 years and hadn't really done anything. I'm not sure why the crowd is chanting for him now. You know what I'm saying? Just because DSJ was having too much of a bad game. The Knicks have been playing some defense, but the Magic are one of the top defensive teams in the league. Their offense hasn't been so well, but you look at it, they've been playing some good teams. I think that the Magic, I think this is a good spot for them to come out early. They're gonna want to come out hot here. They have to. They favored by 9.5. I didn't hop on the full game line, but I'll tell you guys, man, I love the Magic here early in this game. They have to come out hot at the house. They did the same thing versus the Cavs over there. They're number 2 in defense, and the Knicks are number 23 in defense. So I feel like the Magic's offensive woes should get a little bit better tonight versus this Knicks team. You have any thoughts on this game, Junior?
Yeah, I got the under 53 in the first quarter. I think that it's a bad spot for the Knicks. I think the Magic try to get right against the Knicks. I think they come out, looking. I mean, first of all, the Magic are a defensive team, right? So they're going to come out against this Knicks team and just try to lock them down. And the Magic don't really score points too easily. So I feel like that's why I lean towards the under 53 in this first quarter for sure. That's one of my plays for today.
Right. Yeah, I was looking towards unders in this one. One thing that tripped me out about this one, we got the first half. So the full game total is sitting at 210.5. And then we got the first half line is sitting at 108.5. So that's showing me that they think that the Magic's offense, you know what I'm saying, will work tonight against this Knicks team. It'll be interesting to see. The line open up at -8. Now it's sitting at Orlando -9.5. And I think it's for good reason. And like I say, I'm not on the full game here, but I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see the Magic clamp down on this Knicks team. They're coming off a big come from behind win. You know what I'm saying? I just think this is a bad spot for the Knicks here. I don't want to lay the 9.5 with the Magic, but I think that they could get there. Like I say, I think their defense is going to be shutting down the Knicks the whole game. But my thing is, I like for the Magic to come out. I know that they'll be very motivated here. I have no problem with taking them in the first quarter and the first half here. I think they come out and smack this Knicks team right in the mouth, man. Like I say, they could carry it to the second half, but the way the Knicks been playing, that's when they thrive. That's when they make their comeback is in the third and fourth quarter. So as you can see in the last game, it might not happen tonight because the Magic, they will keep their foot on their throat. I know for a fact, but I'm just betting on them coming out early because I know they'll be motivated, especially at the house, coming off of a pair of losses on the road. So I'm liking the Magic here early, man. We'll go ahead and get to this Bucks and Celtics spot. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be interested in this one, man. Hey, this is playoff revenge here for the Celtics. Not necessarily betting on them in this one, but you always have to take into account where two teams just played in the playoffs in the previous season. They know each other well. Last year the Celtics won their first game, and then the Bucks went and reeled off 4 straight wins. So I'm sure the Celtics will be hiding here. They got some new pieces over there. Not the same team. They lost Horford. They lost Kyrie, who were their main catalysts against the Bucks last year. I like the Bucks as a much better team than the Celtics right now. I don't like the fact they're laying points on the road. We know the Celtics have a real good home court advantage. I'm liking the defense in this one, man, to be honest, which I hadn't got there yet, but I like the under in this game. It ticked up 1.5, but I'm not scared from that at all. With this Bucks team, the offense hadn't really looked like it's worked all the way out so far. We know that the Celtics hang their hat on defense. Both teams hang their hat on defense. I'm liking the under here, man. Like I say, I want to see if the public's going to take it up even more. We know that the Celtics don't really have bigs out there. They are going to have Theis back tonight. It's looking like they're going to have him back tonight. I like this to be a defensive game. What you like in this one, Junior?
I love the under. It's not an official play that I have, but I love the under. I think that especially with Theis coming back, that definitely helps because if you look at the way the Celtics have been playing so far this season, they got Hayward, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum on the court a lot together. And one of those three is always basically switched on to the other team's power forward. So if one of those three is going to have to guard the Greek Freak, that's going to be a serious problem. They need a little bit of rim protection, which Theis offers. So that, to me, plays towards the under. I feel like the Celtics are going to play at a slower pace because, the Bucks are going to launch a bunch of threes. So are the Celtics, honestly. But I still think that this plays towards the under because the Celtics offense is not really that efficient. So there's too many factors for me. If I had an official play, it would be definitely, I think 220, 222? I think that's way too many points. So that I lean towards the under in this game. I might touch it later. I'm not really too sure yet.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It opened at 222. I know when I was looking at this last night, I was like, man, these two teams play to the under, especially when they're playing themselves, playing each other. It's just, I mean, like I say, it ticked up to 223 and a half. So someone's liking the over here. I mean, I don't really let the line moves scare me off. If I like an under, hey, I'm gonna take it regardless. Usually the unders that I do like, you know what I'm saying? Like yesterday, they moved like 3 to 4 points. This one didn't. This not scare me off. I know these two teams. I know they know each other. They know each other's games. You know what I'm saying? Brad Stevens, he knows how to play Giannis over there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you had to do the boxing one, do what you got to do. The main thing is
Yep.
stopping Giannis. When Giannis isn't the same and he can't get to the hole and he turns into a jump shooter, even though he's hitting a few of those mid-range shots this year and a few threes, they are just not the same team. I mean, we know that the Bucks they did lose some defensive talent over there. Did lose Brogdon, and I'm big on that because he was a key piece for them, especially in the playoffs. I just still think early in the season, the Celtics, the only thing they can do, I mean, they have a bunch of smalls out there. They don't really have bigs. I mean, you really can't try to they're may try to push the pace, and the Bucks are second in the league right now in pace. That's probably why the total's going up. But I know that these two teams play each other, and like I say, the Celtics coming out playoff revenge. They know this Bucks team. They know how to guard Giannis. I think this will be a lower scoring game, man. I don't care about the total going up whatsoever. I want to see if it hits 224, go up a couple more points, you know what I'm saying, or another half point, and I'm gonna hop on the under here. I have a heavy lean to the under in this game, and I think it'll be playoff intensity early in the season, you know what I'm saying, in this top East matchup. So I'm leaning towards the under here. It'd be interesting what you guys in the chat like. What's up, Vincent Seegers? I see you, baby. What's up, Ronnie Christie? We got MVP Sports Picks. Keith Sadler say he liking the Bucks. I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see the Bucks come out here on top. You have to remember they playing over there in Boston, though. Each one of these teams are going to want to make a statement. I can't say the Bucks, they don't all the way look right to me right now. I'll definitely tell you that because, I mean, even in that Cavs game, they ended up winning by 17. That game was close through 3 quarters. The Bucks had to pull away late in the fourth quarter. And that final score is not indicative had that game win. I mean, when the Cavs come in your house and show me they can keep it close, that's a little bit of a head scratcher to me, to be honest with you. So, but their defense was there. I can't say that. I would stay away from the side here, guys. I would. If the Celtics win this game, I'll definitely be on the Bucks in the next game. But in the next game that they play Boston, I really like defense here. I'm telling you guys, this will be a high defensive game. When you have playoff matchups like this, they play like it's like a playoff game, man. So we'll see there. Any game you want to bring us in next to, Junior, that you have a nice play or good feeling about?
Sixers minus 6.5. The Timberwolves are playing really good this season. They look good, but I just feel like I'm just not an Andrew Wiggins believer. I feel like his play is going to fall off. And if you just look at the way the Sixers roster is built, they got a lot of different guys that they could throw at Wiggins. You got that Twitter beef between Embiid and Cat, so that's going to be an interesting matchup. But I mean, I feel like Embiid and Cat could kind of just cancel each other out. And then when you look at the rest of the Timberwolves roster, like they're a top-heavy team. It's two guys, and then the rest of the guys, you kind of don't really know what you're going to get. I mean, Jeff Teague, I got to give him credit because he's been playing better than he has, in recent seasons to start this year. But I just feel like they're relying on things that they can't sustain. And I feel like the Sixers come out here and just take care of business and just smash these dudes, honestly.
Right. Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see. I can't say this is a clash of two different types. The Timberwolves, they do like to play super fast. I do think they're the much better offensive team in this game, and that's what scares me from laying the points with the 76ers. I'm a defensive guy. I do think defense wins championships, and like I say, the 76ers have the much better defense right in this game. They do have the size that can disrupt Karl Anthony Towns over there. So that's what I'll be interested to see because Karl Anthony Towns looks like a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar right now. Those are the type of numbers that he's putting up. It'll be interesting to see if Horford. I know that Horford and Embiid can contain him. You know what I'm saying, to around 20 points. It'll be interesting to see what the rest of this Wolves team can do. They have some different some defensive players over there as well. You got players like Covington over there. He used to play for the 76ers. So, and we see this total has came down 4 total points. It opened at 226.5. and now it's sitting at 222.5. So I think that total coming down actually does favor the 76ers, especially them being at the house. Both teams are 3-0 here. The Timberwolves have started off 2-0 on the road. They had a bad start over there versus the Hornets. That was pretty tough there. One thing I'll be looking at here, and Philly has covered the past 5 games versus the Timberwolves. It'll be interesting to see how the 76ers get started off. I might be inclined to take the Sixers first quarter here. The Wolves hadn't really had good starts on the road. Both games they've had to come back and win. I know it was a terrible start, even though they only lost the first quarter by 2 points in Charlotte. They got down a lot in that game, man. I'm talking about. I was on the Wolves in that game. I was like, damn, man, the Hornets like they finna win this game. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be interesting to see in this game a clash of 2 different types of styles. You know what I'm saying? The Timberwolves are number 4 in offensive rating, so they've been real good offensively lately. Lately it just be interesting to see how the 76ers, you know what I'm saying, what they can throw in them. The 76ers team is a stout defensive team. I'm just not a fan of their offense so far. I'm not, man. I need to see more form from them to be the top in the East. So anything else you want to wrap up on this game?
Not to interrupt you. I agree with you 100% on the Sixers offense. I just feel like my play is more towards the Sixers being able to shut down Minnesota's offense. The Sixers offense still has a lot to work out. It's definitely not consistent. They play at a really fast pace too. They're top 10 in pace right now. Ben Simmons is obviously a downhill player, so they're always going to try and run. The half court is not where Ben Simmons thrives. So they'll be a downhill team until they figure out their offensive sets, but you're definitely right. There's a lot of questions with the 76ers. I'm just going more on I just feel like the Sixers have enough pieces, enough guys in the roster that could shut down the Timberwolves' best players, man.
Yep, and it definitely could happen. I think if we're looking at it that way, that will correlate with the under. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, the Timberwolves, they can play some defense as well. It's just they really like doing the fast pace. You know what I'm saying? Karl Anthony Towns, he can shoot threes. He can do pretty much everything. So like you say, you put Horford over on Towns and lock him up, this will be a totally different looking game. You know what I'm saying? If the 76ers can get it at their pace, hey, this could be a good underlook. I don't have an official play on this game whatsoever. So, it's a pass for me. Like I say, it's too many unknowns right now. Let's get into a few more of these games. Taylor said Kawhi is out. Come on, man. You can't be playing with me like that. You got me checking everywhere over here. You know what I'm saying? I don't see anything. Yeah, I don't see anything about that right now. I'm on a bunch of these injuries. A couple of injuries that I do want to talk about real quick, just to go through some injuries. Reggie Jackson's going to be out for the Pistons tonight. Obviously still no Blake Griffin, even though he did make the trip with them. He's not going to play in this game unless some late, you know what I'm saying, announcement comes in. But he is traveling with the team. We know Dwayne Casey going back over there to Toronto. So I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see the Pistons be able to keep this one close, even though they don't have they don't really have a point guard over there. You might have to put Derrick Rose in the starting lineup. But Dwayne Casey, he will have his team ready to go back over there to the Raptors. And like I say, 9 points, it's getting a lot, man. We know they beat the Magic by 9, but the Pistons have actually looked better offensively than the Magic have. So I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see them going over there and cover that. Let's see, we got some other injury news over here. Zach Collins, he's probably still going to be out for the Blazers, but we got Steven Adams. You know what I'm saying? That's a pretty big piece over there for OKC. If Steven Adams is out, they're going to look like a totally different team right now. They're one of the top teams in defense, top 6 in defensive rating, but that'll change quickly. I'm telling you, if Steven Adams is not out there, and I don't think OKC is as good as they have looked. Their defense has been keeping them in games, but it's really a lot of people that's just been overlooking them. We know this is the Blazers' last game of a road trip. Usually a spot where I like to fade. I like this Blazers team much better than OKC, but I need to see if Adams is out there. What about you, Junior? If Adams is out, would you look towards taking Portland in this spot?
Definitely, because Adams is such an important piece to what OKC does. We didn't even know what OKC was really going to look like until we saw them get going in a couple of games. You take Adams out of that mix, and what's their big situation looking like, especially against a Portland team that's got some size. If Adams is out, I'm definitely on that for sure.
Right, yeah, and Kawhi Leonard is out, man. So hey, Taylor, I know you got the notifications up on your phone or something, man. Yeah, we're doing a show right now, so but still, even on my pages, it did pop up. He is out tonight for rest, and it makes sense with that line flipping. We know that the Clippers opened at -1.5, and then I saw it flip even last night. I mean, that's crazy. Even though they're just now announcing it, they've been knowing that Leonard was going to be out. That's why you see that line flip, because they had me tripping out. I know that the Jazz are a good home team and all this, but the fact that they were minus 2.5, or supposedly with everybody in for the Clippers. I was just thinking, no way in hell, man. We can go ahead and get to that game. You know what I'm saying? We don't have too much time left. We're gonna get. I want to get to a couple of more of these games for sure. But yeah, you are exactly right. So you don't have Kawhi in there anymore, and that's crazy, man. Because you kept these games all night thinking that he's in there, but I mean, it does throw a little wrench in there. It does give you more, obviously, more of a lean on the Jazz. I can't say I was going to be on the under in this game. I love the under, especially in that first quarter. The Jazz have the best defense in the league in the first quarter. They've been holding teams to around 20 points. At the house, they've been holding teams to 18.5 points in the first quarter. I like this under. We need to see if the line, how much the line is moving. But I got 55.5 in the first quarter. And the full game was 216.5. It's looking like that's still going to stick right now. The Jazz have moved to 3.5 for the favorite. But I'm liking defense in this game, especially no Kawhi. He's their best offensive player out there. Even with him in, I was liking the under. I'm damn sure gonna like it with him out. Obviously, you're gonna lose defense, but you're losing a lot of offense over there, man. Kawhi's looking like Jordan for his team right now. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly, you see him doing, hey, that up and under with the reverse. That boy looked exactly like Jordan right now. Let me see. We do see some a little bit of line movement, but yeah, the line is the total is sitting to around 215. So Jazz just went to -5 right now. Jazz just went to -5, and I'm not sure, man. It's a tricky cap. It's like I got to look at this game all over again. You know what I'm saying? Kawhi's a pretty big piece out there. What you think about him being announced out, Junior?
Yeah, I mean, one of my official plays is the under 55.5 in the first quarter, so that's great for me. Obviously, Kawhi's averaging like 28 points a game, so you do lose his defense, but I think that him being out offensively is more important because if you look at the Jazz roster, even though they have the best defensive rating in the league, if the matchup is going to be Bogdanovich against Kawhi, you know he's going to get buckets in that situation. So having him out of the game is great for anybody that already has an official play on the under. In terms of the game, I wouldn't touch Jazz -5. I think that the Jazz offense can stall at any moment. The Clippers' defenses look pretty bad, actually, to start the season. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're like bottom 5 defensive rating right now, which is not what you think about when you look at the Clippers roster. So you know Doc Rivers is going to want to get that fixed. And the Clippers have a tough schedule coming up. If I got to look at it again, I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure I looked ahead, and the Clippers got some tough games coming up. So they're going to want to get right starting right now for sure.
Right, yeah. If you could have hopped on that under, man, I know I'm finna leave. As soon as after this show, man, I'm finna have to go get on some of these locals that I know had changed the lines yet, man. I'm finna have to go tear some people up, man. But yeah, it's looking like the line is just barely moving down. Yeah, the Clippers, it looks like they have the Spurs on deck, man. I can't say we gotta keep an eye on. You know what I'm saying? We have to keep an eye on them, the games that they have next in these spots that they're gonna be resting Kawhi. Yeah, they have the Spurs tomorrow, so I mean that's a pretty tough back-to-back. You see why they're saving them. We want you to play against your own team. We ain't worried about the Jazz. You know what I'm saying? We want to see you going to play up against the Spurs and what's going to be a tough back-to-back. We know, you know what I'm saying, when you come from altitude like that and then you go to regular altitude, then it's a pretty tough spot, you know what I'm saying? So even the rest of the team without Kawhi, they're gonna have some tired legs tomorrow. Be interesting to see. But yeah, I love the under in this game. I was just on the under first quarter at first, but yeah, I like the under in this game, man. If you could have got that 216, I think that was a damn good spot. We know that the Jazz will be playing defense, and hey, you put Harkless in there now, you still have a defensive lineup with Beverly, Harkless, and Shamet out there, who I'm not a big fan of offensively whatsoever. So we just got even more plays, which I can't say I was already liking the under in the first quarter. This just even helps out even more. I like when stuff like that happens. Hey, it just make me like this game even more. We go ahead and get to this Kings and Charlotte game real quick, man. Charlotte has looked as bad as I thought they were going to be on a nice little road trip here. The Kings, they actually have a good team. Their coach is terrible. The coach is absolutely terrible. I know people don't like making mid-season changes. 4 games in the season. Hey, get him out of here. Get this guy out of here. We'll take the assistant coaches or some, man, over Luke Walton. I wasn't a fan of that hire, man. I like this Kings team. I liked them last year. There was a bad coach hire, man. I'm telling you. But even tonight, the coach is not going to fucking matter. The Kings will hop all over the Hornets here early, man. The Kings will come out here motivated. You see what they did versus Nuggets, who are a much better team versus the Hornets, played much better defense. The Kings came out hot in that game with desperation, was up by 7 at the end of the first quarter. not so much at halftime, but they still covered the first quarter and the first half. I think the Kings have it in them again tonight. They're playing even much worse team. It's a must-win spot. You can't go at 0-5 here or 4-5. This is a must-win spot. You have to come out hot. I'm liking the Kings here in the first quarter. First quarter -2.5. The first half -4. The Kings should come out hot versus this Hornets team who've been on the long road trip. The Hornets are stepping down in competition here, but they're not that good of a defensive team. They just like to shoot threes. They cannot guard the paint whatsoever. Dedmon should have a big night. It's still not having Bagley Hurts out there, but I can tell you this Kings team will be motivated tonight. They used to come out hot starts. I'm staying away from the full game at this moment, but I think this is a total Kings spot, man. This is what the doctor ordered up. You know what I'm saying? For the Hornets to come in town, and that's exactly what's happening here. I think that the Kings should run all over them. You should see a pissed off Kings team here coming in here early. What you think about this game, Junior?
The one thing that makes me scared, like I just think it's too many points for the Kings. I'll tell you what, the problem that I have with the Kings right now is you watched that Sacramento Suns game. You saw when Buddy Hield rolled his ankle. I feel like ever since he twisted his ankle, he's just been struggling offensively. I mean, I'm sure he's still playing, right? So it can't be that bad, but I feel like he hasn't been right since then. He needs to get right for this team to cover so many points. Just two bad teams, man. I don't like getting involved in games with two bad teams. That's why I didn't touch the Chicago-Cleveland game. I just need to see these teams play more to be able to cap them properly because, they're just so inconsistent. The Kings have so much talent, but they just can't get it together. Their coach sucks. I just don't like getting invested in bad teams. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep. Hey, we know this. We know the Suns team. The Suns team been playing pretty good. They blew the shot at the Kings. But guess what happened in that game? The Kings came out hot. They was up by 4 at the end of the first quarter. They was up by 5 at the end of the second half. Every single game, even since the preseason that the Kings have been playing, they always come out hot. You know what I'm saying? The first quarter and first half, and then the second half they get absolutely torched. Man, I'm telling you, that is definitely a sign of coaching. You see the Celtics, they're the exact opposite. They could be down in the first half, and with second half they always come back, make it the game. They have a damn good coach over there. You know what I'm saying? I just think that this is a spot where the Kings are pissed off from been losing to all these. They've been losing to pretty good teams. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, they almost got over the Snide versus the Nuggets there. The Nuggets pulled away late in that game. I'm telling you guys, the Kings, even in the second half, played a game. They're showing progress. Still not a fan of the coach, but guess what? The coach isn't out there playing the games. There's only so much you can put on him. The players still have to go out there and perform. And I just think that this is two bad teams, but I think the Kings are a lot better than the Hornets, and they should show it tonight, especially here in the first quarter and first half. If you can't come out hot versus the Hornets, I'm dead serious. They need to fire their coach. I see people in the chat saying, why can't they go 0-5? They're not losing this game. I'm not sure about covering. They're not losing to the Hornets tonight, even how bad they are. I'm telling you, this Kings team is still pretty decent. The coaching has been weighing in on them, but I'm telling you guys, the Kings are still a good team as far as the players that's out there. And at the end of the day, that's really what matters. They're pissed off. They're going to come out here hot. That's my take on this game, man. Let's see what the Kings can do. And just real quick, this last game, the Suns versus Warriors. Warriors got Willie Cauley-Stein coming back tonight, man. It might make a difference for them defensively. We know the Suns have been playing some real good defense. I know a lot of people are taking the Suns here, plus the 5, seeing their recent play, seeing the Warriors' recent play. The Warriors hadn't run a game at the house. Be interesting to see tonight. I have a lot of time to look into this one. So right now I don't have a play on it. I might have to hop on the Warriors first quarter, though, and they haven't got a win yet in that new arena over there in the preseason. But 0-1 in the season going against the Suns, who usually start out slow. You got Willie Cauley-Stein back. Would be interesting to see if the Warriors can bring that same energy that they did versus the Pelicans. What you like in this one, Junior?
Yeah, I don't got to play on this game. I'll be real quick so we can touch on one game that I have my fourth play. But in this game, I feel like you just got to wait and see with the Warriors. I think Willie Cauley-Stein will make a huge difference. I mean, nobody on that roster other than Draymond Green plays anything close to defense. Willie Cauley-Stein at least gives you rim protection. He should be a much better rebounder on the Warriors than he was on the Kings. I feel like that's their only chance to improve and start to compete. Because right now they're looking like their ceiling is like a 500 team at best with the type of defense that they're playing. So Willie Cauley-Stein is actually a big deal for them. It's turning out to be a big signing for them. He hasn't even played a single game, but just the way they look without rim protection, without help defense, without just the basics of being a good basketball team, it can't all be Steph and Draymond. It's got to be more than that. I think we're just taking for granted that, just look at all the guys that they lost that play defense. Andre Iguodala, just throughout his entire career, is one of the better defenders in the league. Even like you don't think of I'm sorry, I forget his name right now. Sean Livingston. You don't think of Sean Livingston as a defender, but he's a versatile guy. He could guard guards, he could guard forwards. The guys that they have on their roster right now, they're just not really ready to play. And Steve Kerr, like we talked about earlier, he has to get that organized because at the end of the day, that falls on him to get his defense organized.
Right. Yeah, I can definitely see that. The Warriors, I mean, they're just really young right now. They got to get these young guys to buy in. I can't say they did look good over there versus the Pelicans. I was telling you guys, you know what I'm saying? It's not maybe the Pelicans aren't a good squad to, you know what I'm saying, to fade the Warriors game. It has to be a team that plays defense. The Sun actually do that. I'm looking at that total. I think it's kind of high. If I was to hop on this game right now, sit with that total sitting at 229. I know that the Warriors broke out offensively last game, but they also have to play defense. I'm leaning towards the under in that game. I hadn't made the play yet. If I do, I'll tweet it out on Twitter. My main plays today are like the Magic early in the first quarter and first half. I'm liking the Kings as well. I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see the Kings blow the Hornets out. I might have to hop on the Kings full game as well. I think this is a good get-right spot for them. This is exactly what the doctor ordered up the Charlotte Hornets. I like the Kings tonight in the first quarter and the first half. I like the Clippers and Jazz, too. I'm liking unders in this one for all the way from the first quarter. I think this will be a slower-paced game. The Jazz have one of the best defense in the league right now. They're going at a very slow pace, and the Clippers defense hadn't looked good so far, but it's still very underrated. I'm looking at that Bucks Celtics under. It's a playoff series. We know could be another playoff series again this year. I think this will be something like a playoff game here in the regular season. You want to give them a quick rundown of your plays real quick, Junior, before we get out of here and tell them where they can find you?
For sure. I'll be real quick, man. I got the Rockets first half -4. I don't think that Washington matches up with the Rockets. I think I'm pretty sure Washington, this is their home opener, but I just feel like the Rockets need to get right. They got a pretty tough schedule coming up too, so they got to get right. This is the most winnable game on their road trip. I don't like the way that the Wizards roster matches up with these guys. In my other place, I got the Sixers -6.5 full game. I got the under first quarter in the Clippers, Utah under 55.5, and in the Knicks Magic, I got under first quarter 53.
Right, yeah, and they asking me for my thoughts in the chat. I don't have no thoughts on the Rockets right now, man. They ran me hot the other day. They play when they want to. You know what I'm saying? They got Russell Westbrook over there. He's really looking like the best player right now. I'm staying away from these games whatsoever. The Wizards are not a good team, but they've looked a whole lot better than they have just their first home game. So I'm staying all the way off of it. The Rockets, in theory, should blow them out, but I mean, some teams that they should have been blowing out, they've been torn around with. So, and the same exact opposite with the Wizards, team they should have been getting blown out by, they've actually been winning. So, and this is their first home game. I'm staying all the way off, man. If I throw out anything else, I'll put it on my Twitter, man. We appreciate all you guys for tuning in. Got 260 people in here. Ray Williams, Lou Watson, off-field head coach. Yeah, you're exactly right. I don't think he'll matter tonight. Let's go Kings. I know my guy Sacktown King will be with me, man. I wonder if he in the chat. I know Sacktown King gonna be with me, man. Let's go Kings tonight. It's one of my favorite plays tonight, man. We appreciate all you guys for tuning in, man. Hey, go and tell your family. Go and rewatch the show. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tune in to us tomorrow. We're going to be on every day, Monday through Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Pacific. We appreciate all you guys for tuning in. Let's get some cash today, guys. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. We holler at y'all tomorrow. Deuces.